Hey folks, welcome back to another video of the Flutter Development course brought to you by Newton School. My name is Harsh Kumar Khatri and I am going to be your instructor for this Flutter Development course. I am currently working as an intern at Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and I have been an ex-Flutter developer intern at AppScript. I am also an educator. I am also an instructor on Udemy and Nutanix, where my Flutter development courses have more than 30,000 enrollments already, so you can check them out as well. For those of you who are wondering what Newton School is, so basically Newton School is a platform which helps you to learn and develop the skills that you need for your best tech career. There are courses specifically designed for freshers, working professionals, and for women with no experience in tech. Newton School first trains you for 6 months and helps you become a full stack developer. It is also having a network of more than 300 great companies who hire directly from Newton School. So once the training is complete, they also ensure that you are placed with one of the best companies in the country. There is also a pay after placement program where you don't have to pay anything to the Newton School prior, and you will be paying that until you are being placed with a minimum CTC of 5 lakh rupees per annum. They are also having another awesome initiative which is known as Launchpad. So on Launchpad you will be provided with some of the courses for free of cost. You can work on those courses, practice the skills with their online editor which is present on their platform, practice the code, and you'll also be getting a certificate of completion once you are completing those courses. So make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. Now coming towards what will be covered in this video. So in this video I'm going to talk about, or will be showing you, the complete implementation of the tab bar and the bottom navigation bar. So what tab bar is, in most of the apps or in some of the apps you must have seen that there are top 3 options which are available. Like just below the app bar, those options are available, and these are for better navigation between the screens or between the parts which the app is having. So for example, if your app is having 2 parts, the one is for watching the images and the second one is for watching the videos, so you can use a tab bar in that particular case, and you can assign 2 tabs to this tab bar, and the first one will be displaying all the images for that screen, and the second one will be displaying all the videos for that screen or for that particular tab. Now talking about what bottom navigation bar is. So the best example which the bottom navigation bar, let me first tell you the best example for the tab bar. So for the tab bar, the best example which you can see is the WhatsApp app, where you are having chats, calls, status, and the option to add an status. So those are the options which are implemented with the help of a tab bar. Now talking about the bottom navigation bar thing, the best example which you can take for the bottom navigation bar is of the Instagram app. You can see that in the Instagram app we are having a bottom navigation bar which is present at the bottom of the screen, and we are having various different options, clicking which we can navigate between various options or services which the Instagram apps provide to us. So that is basically a bottom navigation bar, which is also one of the thing which is implemented for better navigation within an app, and we want to separate multiple things in our app, so we can use a bottom navigation bar as well. Now let me switch my screen and let's start with the implementation of each of these totally from scratch. So here you can see that I have opened the app which we have worked on in the previous video, which was the orientation thing, the last thing which I taught you in the previous video. So now let's start removing the code which we won't be needing for this particular video. So I don't need this grid view. Actually I don't need everything which is present under this scaffold. Yeah, now the things are fine over here, and I guess all things will be cleared in the app as well. Perfect. Now let's start working on this. So for the scaffold I'll be adding a body at first, and inside the body I'll be adding a default tab controller. Inside this default tab controller I'll be passing a length to it. So length would be basically the number of items which I want to be displayed as a tab bar. So I want 3 items to be displayed as a tab bar, and after this I'll be passing a child to it. So adding a child. So one more thing which I can do over here is, rather than passing it as a body, let me delete it from here, and let's pass it before the scaffold, and for the child of this we can add a scaffold over here, and inside this scaffold what we can add is an app bar. This will be having the app bar, and inside the app bar we have a bottom property which is used for adding the tabs. So inside this bottom property I'll be passing a tab bar over here as well, and this tab bar will be consisting of various different tabs in a form of a list. Then I can pass a tab to it. It will be taking an icon, and I can pass an icon to icons. It needs to be icons dot, and let's wait for all the icons to be displayed, and then I'll be adding the most appropriate icon over here. Or what I can do is I can add any demo icon like add, and it is showing us some error. Let me see this thing first. So here I have added a comma, this needs to go away. And after this icon is adding, we can add two different icons as well, as we have added the total length to be 3. So adding another tab, this needs to come outside this. So let me save it first so that the formatting could take place. And now after this tab is closing, adding another tab which will be having another icon, and icon will be equal to icons dot what icon should I add? It will be equal to icon, and inside this it will be equal to icons dot car. Let's see if this icon is available over here or not. I guess it won't be available, so in place of this I can add a direction underscore car, which is available, directions underscore car. Now adding another tab inside this to make the count equals to 3, icons dot directions underscore bike. So this completes the app bar part, where we'll be adding the tabs, and we want to add a title as well. So let me add that quickly. So the title would be a text which will be displaying Tabbar demo. So hot reload is taking place once the saving is complete, and after that we'll be adding the body part to it as well. After this app bar, adding a body which will be having a tab bar view. So basically a tab bar view is for displaying various different tabs according to the click of the items or the icons which we have added above. So for that purpose we are having a tab bar view over here, which takes multiple childrens in a form of a list. So I can add 3 icons over here. Let me copy the icons which I have added above for each of these, so that we will be seeing that particular icon only when we are clicking on this. And for the direction car as well, copying it, and for this direction bike as well. So I have added the icons. Now let me add some commas as well, so that the formatting could also take place. And now you can see inside the app that we are displayed with 3 tabs over here. The first one is for the ad, the second one is for the directions car, and third one is for the directions bike. And as soon as I am swiping between all of these 3 tabs, it is opening the next tab which is present on the right swipe or left swipe. So this is how the swiping works. And now when I'll be clicking on any of these tabs, like clicking on the bike one, it is opening the bike. Now I'll be directly clicking on the add one, and it is opening the add tab over here as well. So this is how you can implement the tab bars inside your Flutter application. Now let's move towards the bottom navigation part, and let's see how we can implement the bottom navigation thing inside our app as well. So for that, let me remove this default tab controller from here. Removing this default tab controller, and in place of this adding a scaffold. We'll be adding the items to this scaffold later on, but before this we need to create a variable which will be for identifying which index is currently selected. So underscore selected index equals to 0. Initially the first item would be selected by default, and we can also add an option styles, but let's just skip it for now. I'll be directly adding the things inside the text whatever we are adding, creating a list for the items like whatever items which are present inside our app. So I'll be adding a list for the same, list underscore widget options. These will be the widgets which will be occurring. We'll be mapping the items from these. So the first one will be a text having index 0, and for the style it will be having a text style with the font size set to font size .32, and font weight would be bold. Copying it, pasting it 2 more times, and changing the index over here, like 0 would be 1 in this case and 2 in this case. Now moving towards the build part. So inside this scaffold I'll be adding an app bar at first. This will be having an app bar, and this app bar will be having a title displaying as text, and inside this we can add bottom nav bar. And after this app bar we have to add the body part to this scaffold. So for the body part of this scaffold I'll be adding a center widget which will be displaying the widgets option dot element. So what it will be displaying is, it will be displaying that particular item from the widget options list which we have created above. So it will be getting the index of the item to be displayed through this selected index variable, and it will be displaying the appropriate item from here. So adding widget options dot element at selected index. After this we have to add a bottom navigation bar as well. So coming out of this body and adding a bottom nav bar. So this property is also present inside the scaffold thing. And for the bottom navigation bar, the widget it takes is a bottom navigation bar widget itself. So bottom navigation bar, and inside this bottom navigation bar we have to pass multiple items as well. So those items will be displayed in the bottom of the screen, and for the items we can pass a list as an items. So the first item which I'll be passing is a bottom navigation bar item, and this takes an icon at first. So I have already copied those icons which we have used in the previous previous implementation for the tab bar. So I'm adding those icons over here, and I can also add a label to them. So label would be add for the first one, hitting Ctrl S so that the formatting could take place, and I can copy this bottom navigation bar from here and pasting it 2 more times. So and can change this icon from here directly, directions underscore car, and car over here, directions underscore bike, and bike over here. You can see that there is an error which is occurring on the screen, and now when I have added the things and hit it Ctrl S, the error has gone away. So let me show you how this bottom navigation. So the device got disconnected. Let me just rerun the app and get back. So you can see over here that the app has restarted, and as I was showing you here, you can see the implementation for the bottom navigation bar, and currently the index 0 is active, and as soon as I'll be clicking on the car option it will be triggering. So it is not triggering this thing. I guess we haven't added the function for changing this particular item. So let's add them. I totally forgot about them. So inside this bottom navigation bar, we have to first specify the current index. So whatever the current index is, so that will be equal to selected index, in this case index. And after this we need to specify the selected color as well. It's totally up to us. So I am adding the selected item color to be colors.amber, and we can also specify an on tap thing which will be triggering a function. So this will be basically for changing the item once we are tapping on any particular item in the description or in the bottom of the screen. Now let's create this on item tab function as well. So it will be having void at first as a return type, and the name of the function will be on item tabbed. This will be taking the index, and after that it will be setting the state over here. So set state, and inside this we'll be setting the value of the selected index, and we'll be assigning the value of index to this selected index variable. So index over here, saving it, and now you can see that error for this has also gone away, and you can see that the selected index is showing us in color of amber. And now when I'll be clicking on the car option, it will be changing the screens, and it will be changing the color of the appropriate icon in the bottom navigation bar as well. So this was how you can implement the bottom navigation bar as well inside your Flutter application whenever you are adding, or whenever your app is requiring a bottom navigation bar to be added. So in this particular case you can add the bottom navigation bar, as I have already taught you in this video. So this was it for this particular video, where I have explained you how you can implement the tab bar and the bottom navigation bar. So these are two different functionalities, and these are mostly not used with one another, but they are used in some of the apps. One thing is used in some of the apps, and other thing is also used in another apps. So you can also implement them inside your Flutter applications and make beautiful UIs and beautiful apps out of these. Make sure to like this video if you have got to learn something new from this video. Subscribe to the channel to get all the latest updates related to the Flutter development course which is being posted on this channel. So a new video is posted every alternate day, so make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Also comment down below what you have got to learn from this video and what you would like to see in the upcoming days. So I'd be more than happy to inculcate your suggestions in the curriculum as well. Also share this video and the link to the channel with your people in your community who want to learn Flutter or are looking for appropriate resources to start learning Flutter. So make sure to share this with them as well. Make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. They are doing amazing work, so make sure to check them out as well. And this was it for this particular video. I'll see you in the next one.